guys, welcome back to my channel. Happy December 1st. We've made it to December, one more month, and we can put 2020 in the past. We can say we've made it through 2020. I hope 2021 is bringing even just a hair more fortune than 2020 has brought for all of us. But I am really excited for 2021. Then again, I was really excited for 2020 last 2019. So anyway, I am going to be doing Vlogmas this year, but not vlogs. I'm just going to be posting a video, fingers crossed, hopefully every single day, December 1st through December 31st. I'll probably actually even extend that into January a little bit. Fingers crossed I can keep my life together to get a video up every single day. I didn't have any like fun sort of like Stephmas or whatever. I didn't have like a fun name to go along or to coincide with this, but I do plan to post every single day from now until January, and I thought we would kick Vlogmas. If you guys have a fun idea for a name, please leave a comment down below and maybe we can pick it up this year or start it next year. But I thought we could kick it off with my winter skincare essentials now that we are officially in January and it is officially winter. It's been like hit and miss winter here already in Minnesota. We've gotten like great snowfalls in October, but I will say the weather has been relatively nice so far this year, knock on wood. But I do have typically like normal to dry, leaning drier skin, and I definitely adjust my skincare routine as it gets really dry here in Minnesota, or really cold here in Minnesota, and then there's all of the forest heat, etc. And there's like all the exposure to cold as you're like running from your car to your house or whatever it might be. So I thought I would share with you guys some of my absolute favorite products for the winter time. Again, I do have dry skin, so this is going to be more dry skin focused. So if you have oily skin, I'm sorry, I don't know how to help. But if you guys are interested in seeing some of my winter skincare essentials, stay tuned. First, if you have yet to subscribe to my channel, I would love if you would subscribe. We love project panning videos on this channel, as well as palette content, and just chit-chatting about makeup. So if you like any of those things, I would love for you to subscribe. And other than that, let's get into the video. Okay, I did try and narrow it down as much as I possibly could. I am like so extra. I like to think of myself as like a very extra low maintenance person. Like it really doesn't take a lot to like make me happy. Like just seriously get me like Taco Bell and sit me in front of a TV that's playing football. I like, ooh, don't judge me for my nails. I'm not that high maintenance, but I'm also like so extra, like I need all the things. So like that's an oxymoron, but I really did try to keep this as concise as possible. I have my little tray of items right here and I'm really excited to share them with you. So I'm going to start with moisturizers. I have 3 because moisturizers are so essential to my skincare routine always, but I definitely switch up my moisturizers from summer to winter, from summer to fall, whatever it might be. My 3 favorites, and actually this is one that I really do use all year round, but I definitely use it more consistently in the winter. In the spring, summertime, I will use the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin, I almost said Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. The Tatcha Dewy Skin Cream. In the summertime, I'll use the Tatcha Dewy Skin Cream about 2 to 3 nights a week. In the wintertime, this is pretty much my go-to nighttime moisturizer. This is such a rich, hydrating moisturizer. It feels so luxurious on the face, and it should, because it comes at that luxury price tag. This is $68. All of these products will be linked down below for you guys. Thank you to any and all of you who shop through my affiliate links. It really does help me continue to put money back into my channel, but always no pressure to buy through my affiliate links. I'll have everything listed too in case you just want to go to the website and search for the product. But I absolutely love the Tatcha Dewy Skin Cream. I am so happy that this came into my life because truly I have not found another moisturizer as richly hydrating as this one is. A close second though would be my Primera Alpine Berry Water Cream. I love this stuff. I believe this retails for either $40 or $44 and you get 3.3 fluid ounces. Now they did send this over to me, but previous to that I had tried a sample of this and knew I wanted to purchase this in a full size because it just felt so nice. It's almost like, it almost feels like a gel based moisturizer, but it's so Hydrating. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the Clinique Moisture Surge, but a little bit more moisturizing than that. Oh my gosh. I absolutely love this. This in the summer I was using as a nighttime moisturizer, kind of back and forth with my Tatcha, and this has now become my daily moisturizer. I do have to take a few extra minutes in the morning to really let this sink into my skin because it is so moisturizing, but I love that in the winter time, especially again because oftentimes I'm going out into like sometimes negative degree temperatures, and any extra moisture that I can get at the start of my day is appreciated. So I really like this one. And then most recently, so I'm going to be talking about a couple of Biossance products. They did send some over to me. I was gifted these products through Octoly. However, I have tried Biossance before, and one product in particular I knew I was going to repurchase. I forgot to repurchase it during this Sephora VIB sale, but I had every intention of purchasing it, and now I have it in my possession. We'll get to it, but it is a miracle product in my opinion. But I had the opportunity to try out their Squalane Omega Repair Cream, and I really enjoy this. I kind of use these two interchangeably in the morning time. The reason I reserve the Tatcha Dewy Skin Cream for the evening time is just because this one is the most hydrating, but I kind of go back and forth between these two. So I did recently get to try the Biossance Squalane Omega Repair Cream, and I really enjoy this, especially so when I started testing this out, my skin was really irritated. For some reason, I had like a massive chin acne situation, and when I started using these two products, again, we're going to get to this one, it was like night and day difference. This has calmed my skin down so much and even taken away a lot of the redness that I sometimes see in the morning, just like natural redness on my face. I feel like this has really evened out my skin tone. So I go between these two. I would say this one is just a hair less moisturizing than the Alpine Berry, so if I'm really crunched for time, I definitely will reach for the Biossance one, but both of them I love. I absolutely would repurchase all three of these moisturizers. They're definitely favorites within my collection and winter staples for me. Moving on to eye creams. I also have recently gotten to test out the Biossance Squalane Marine Algae Eye Cream, and this again is so stinking hydrating underneath the eyes. This has been my go-to morning eye cream. I used to use the Ole Henriksen Banana Bright eye cream, which I also really like. That's one I will probably rely on again come the summertime, just because it's a little bit lighter weight than this, but this is really gonna hydrate underneath those eyes, and I have noticed a significant difference with my under eyes. I just feel like they feel a little bit more tight. They look a little bit more plump, a little bit more like filled in, and I have been so enjoying this. Definitely a repurchase for me. And then in the evening times, I've really been enjoying the Clarins Hydra Essential Moisturizing Eye Mask. So you can use this as a 10-minute eye mask, or you can use this overnight, and I always just opt for this overnight. You actually get a ton of product in this. Typically with an eye cream, you're only getting 0.5 fluid ounces, but you get a full fluid ounce in this tube, and it has taken me forever to go through this. I still have some left in this, and I've had this since I believe June. This again just makes such a difference. I have noticed that my under eyes just feel and look so much less dry since I've introduced this into my skincare routine. This has been going again for about 6 months, but even on days or weeks that I'm a little bit more dehydrated, maybe I've been drinking a little bit more coffee, a little bit more energy drinks, and a little bit less water, those are typically the times I notice my under eyes really start to look a little bit more creasy. But with this, I don't notice that, even when I am a little bit dehydrated. So this is definitely a recommendation. I feel like this would make a great gifting option too. If you have, like for example, my mom asked me for a great eye cream, and I'm like, ooh, I'm going to turn you on to the Fresh eye cream. And then I also feel like I'm going to gift her this for Christmas, because I feel like she will really enjoy this one. Moving on to lips, and speaking of Fresh, this has been an absolute favorite find of 2020 for me. This is the Fresh Rose Petal Soft Lip Cream. What I love about this is one that I use during the day. It has a light pink tint to it, and it just makes the lips look super like luscious and like a little bit pouty and a little bit sultry. Not that we're really showing our lips all that much because we have the masks on, but I absolutely love this. This is something that I will continue to repurchase over and over again. Another one that I've really been enjoying for during the day is the Summer Fridays Lip Butter Balm. This is really thick, and I could see some people not liking this or only liking this as a nighttime sleeping mask, which you absolutely could do as well. This is messy due to the way that this applies and the way, or the packaging. That is my one gripe with this, is it's very, very messy, but it feels really, really nourishing on the lips. And even with the masks, I've found that my lips just get super dry. So I apply this all throughout the day. My mask gets super, super smeary, super, super sticky, and I just fight through it because there's nothing more uncomfortable than dry lips. And if you're from Minnesota, you know what I'm talking about when you're in like the negative 10-degree weather and you're like licking your lips, and like 2 seconds later your lips are like dry and cracked because of the wind chill. That is one nice thing with the masks. It's like, oh, when I go outside, like half my face is still covered and it's still kind of warm. But I really do enjoy this, and this is going to be a winter staple. And then I know that not a lot of people like the Bite Beauty Agave Nighttime Lip Therapy, but I really enjoy this more than the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. I just find this to be a little bit more nourishing. If you're not new to my channel, I've also mentioned the Milk Melatonin Lip Sleeping Mask, which I like. I haven't noticed. It's either that or another product. I feel like it's been irritating my lips lately. I don't know if over time melatonin, like with consistent use, can irritate your lips. But there was a time where I had used it maybe like 3 weeks in a row, and there were 2 nights where I woke up and I just felt like my lips were burning. So I kind of like use that interchangeably now. I'll use this about 5 times a week, and the Milk Melatonin one 2 times a week, which kind of stinks because I really liked that Milk Melatonin. But this is really nourishing on the lips, and this is absolutely a staple for me in the winter time. I also need hydrating face masks in the winter time. I definitely have gotten more into like actual face masks rather than sheet masks, which is something I used to rely on a lot more heavily. My 2 favorite hydrating masks are these 2. I have this one from Elemis. It's their Superfood Vital Veggie Mask. I love this stuff. This makes my skin feel super, super hydrated. It's so soft and gentle on the face. I love to just take a bath, toss this on my face, read a book for 15 minutes, and then rinse this off, and my face just feels so much more soft and so much more hydrated. This is one I've had in my collection for over a year now, and this will be something that I repurchase when I finish. It looks like I haven't used that much, but that's because I haven't really like squeezed the air out of this one, but I probably use this 3 times a week in the winter time. I absolutely love this. And then this one is newer to my collection. I've used this probably 7 to 8 times at this point, and I am in love. This will absolutely be a repurchase for me. It's the Ultra Repair Instant Oatmeal Mask from First Aid Beauty. I definitely feel like First Aid Beauty in general is really great for dry, sensitive skin, so really anything from their line. But this has been amazing, again, just for really hydrating the skin. I used this last night. My skin was just feeling like flaky and dull, and after I used it, I almost felt like I went to bed with an oily looking forehead, which never happens. But even my husband was like, your skin is just looking like more glowy than usual. And I was like, I've been keeping it hydrated. So this is definitely another recommendation. I also find exfoliating the skin so important all the time, but especially in the winter. I get so dry and flaky, especially on my body. So I'm like down to my last little bit of this. That's why my cap's off, because I can't get my cap back on, and I'm trying to squeeze out every last little bit of this. But this is the Clarins Exfoliating Body Scrub, and the reason I like this one so much is because you don't have to use a lot of product with this to get a good result. I am really interested in trying the First Aid Beauty one, but for right now, this is working really nicely for me. I probably got, I would say, maybe 25 to 30 uses out of this, which I feel like doesn't sound like a lot, but with a lot of body scrubs, I'm like, I got like 10 scrubs out of that, and now we're gone. I do want to give an honorable mention to the Raw Sugar. I have the hair mask here, but I'm talking about the Raw Sugar body scrub. I also think is a really good, less expensive alternative, but again, you're only going to get, I think I counted once, I got like 12 uses out of that body scrub, and I was like, okay, it's like $10 or $12 for that, so it's like $1 every time I scrubbed. But I really have been enjoying this clearance one. Absolutely would repurchase. And then every time I get out of the shower, I have been using the Clarins Tonic Treatment Oil. I am all about a body oil lately. I want to explore more body oils, etc. But right when I get out of the shower, I am lathering my body in a body oil because my legs especially get so disgustingly dry. This is super nice because I feel like it's not one that I put on and then it like gets all sticky on like the bed or gets sticky to my clothes. I just feel like this really sinks into the skin really nicely and doesn't feel sticky like some other body oils do. So I've been a huge fan of this. I know Clarins is a more expensive brand, but this duo absolutely would be a repurchase for me. I also think this would be a great gifting idea. Speaking of like body oils, from The Ordinary, for my hands, I highly recommend the rosehip oil. I don't like rosehip oil on my face for some reason, and I will be honest, it has a very earthy smell that is a little bit off-putting, at least in my opinion, but it is so hydrating. And I've mentioned on my channel a few times this year that I feel like my hands are really starting to age. Like, I feel like you can look at my face and you wouldn't necessarily be able to guess my age, but then you look at my hands and you're like, holy smokes, how old is that girl? So I've really been enjoying, I actually have my rosehip oil at my desk. I just have the squalane oil right now to remind myself to talk about this. I also like the Ordinary squalane oil, but I'm a bigger fan of this one from Biossance, which we're gonna get to. So I keep my rosehip oil at my desk at work, and I probably 3 or 4 times a day. It probably really annoys anyone who comes in close contact with me right after using it because it smells so earthy, but I'll rub it all over my hands and then I'll put a hand cream on, and it has made such a difference in my hands not being as dry, especially because I'm putting hand sanitizer on so many times a day, scrubbing my hands so many times a day with soap and water. So highly recommend. Such a like affordable option for your hands, even if you just get the oil and you don't have a hand cream. I want to say it's less than like $8 for that oil, and it'll last you forever. So I definitely recommend that one from The Ordinary. Also from The Ordinary, I always have this in my skincare routine at all times, but especially in the winter, I really like to incorporate hyaluronic acid. So The Ordinary hyaluronic acid 2% plus B5 is something that I'm always mixing into my skincare routine. Usually I go on with a hydrating toner or toner water, and then I pop this right on top. So it really helps to draw in moisture, and then I go in with this from Biossance, which I've continued to tease throughout this video, but if I could only have one makeup product in my collection other than like a cleanser, or not makeup product, one skincare product in my collection, it would be this oil. So I had this in a trial size when I went to Las Vegas like a year and a half ago, and I remember when I looked back at pictures, and even I remember when we were on vacation, I was like, this is so bizarre. Like, is it because the weather's changed because we're in Las Vegas versus Minnesota? But like, my skin has literally never looked better, and I'm using like skincare that I don't normally use because I just brought all of my travel size skincare. And I remember being like, I really think it is the Biossance Squalane and Vitamin C Rose Oil. So when I saw this become available in my Octoly store, like I said, I was going to buy it during the Sephora VIB sale, and then I forgot, or like was trying to whittle down my cart. And then it became available in my Octoly store, and I was like, oh my goodness gracious, I need this in my life. I was so thankful to be approved for this. This is such a miracle skincare product. Don't buy any more makeup the rest of the year. Don't buy any more skincare except for this item. I am telling you, my skin looks so much healthier. It looks younger. I'm so much more confident with no makeup going to work. I'm like, my skin looks incredible. It's helped clear up some of my acne. It's made my face look less dull. It just is a miracle product. Sometimes I feel like I go through oils really quickly, but even when I get a full dropper of this, so I don't know if you'll even be able to tell how full dropper looks. I literally use 2 really small dots, 2 really small dots, and 1 really small dot at the top of my head. So not even half a dropper full of this, and it covers my whole face. So I feel like it will take me a long time to go through this. The shelf life on this is 12 months. This has vitamin C in it, which is good because I was looking for another kind of vitamin C product to add to my skincare routine, and now I have it. And I'm not joking when I say I fully believe this will be my vitamin C oil for the rest of like eternity, because I think this is the most amazing skincare product I have ever tried. Jumping back into exfoliation, not talking about body this time, talking about the face. I do think it's always important to exfoliate your face, especially if you have dry skin. I know like physically exfoliating your face, I feel like is a little bit polarizing. I personally do like to include a physical exfoliant in my skincare routine at least once a week, sometimes 2 times a week. And my favorite that I have found thus far is this one from Tatcha, which I was like, is the rice polish from Tatcha really gonna be that special? Like really that different from like other physical exfoliators I've tried? I don't know what it is about this, but this is amazing, and I'm annoyed at myself that I like it so much, because I believe a full size of this is like $60 for a rice polish, but you don't need that much, so I feel like the full size would take like forever to get through. This just seriously, like I've wanted to use this every single day because I'm like, this just does something extra for my skin. It really helps make my skin look less dull, and this paired with that Biossance oil, so good. And all other products that I'm talking about, but yes. And then the last product from Biossance that I wanted to talk about. So yes, I like a physical exfoliant, but I also like a chemical exfoliant. But I've noticed in the wintertime I need a less harsh chemical exfoliant, or my skin can get really red and really irritated. I've tried to use like the Ulla Henriksen Glow OH2 whatever toner that's like a physical exfoliant, like that hurts my skin. But this one from Biossance again has squalane. Their squalane is like a huge thing for their brand, and I love squalane in my skincare. But this is a squalane and lactic acid resurfacing night serum. This is even less harsh than the Pharmacy Honeymoon Glow serum, which I also really like. This does not make my skin burn at all, but I still notice a huge difference with this. Biossance is a more expensive skincare brand, but seriously, I want everything. Like I want everything from the brand. I think it's absolutely incredible. Definitely recommend checking this out if you have irritation to chemical exfoliants, but you're still looking to do that in your skincare routine. And then I have 2 products left to recommend. I do really like to start my makeup and end my makeup with hydrators as well. So I've been a huge fan of the Dominique Cosmetics JD Weighty spray to kind of use as like a priming spray. So I'll put my primer on, usually I do my eyeshadow before anything else, then I spray my face, then I put my primer on, and then I spray my face again. And both the times that I'm spraying before I actually apply makeup, I am using this. It has such a nice fine mist. Here, I'm gonna spray a little bit on now. And it smells so fresh as well. I love this. My face just feels super hydrated and ready for all of the makeup application when I use this. And then I hate to mention another Tatcha product, but I've been getting really into Tatcha. I really love the Luminous Dewy Skin Mist, especially for this time of year, because usually in the winter I'm opting for more full coverage products, sometimes more mattifying products, sometimes more powder. And with that, I hate when it feels like my face is left looking flat or like the life has been sucked out of it. And this is just so beautiful for offering just like a beautiful luminous veil to the face. Now, I will say this one is very easy to go too heavy-handed with. So really, I just do like 3, sometimes 4 squirts on my face, and it gives just the absolute most beautiful finish to the skin. Well, and after that, that is going to conclude all of my current winter skincare favorites. I would love to hear from you guys in the comments below. What are some of your favorite products to pull out for your skincare routine in the winter? If you have oily skin, I would still love to hear what products do you use. Maybe we cross paths in some of the products that we use. Thank you guys so much for sticking around to watch today's video. I love you guys so much, and I hope that you guys are looking forward to a new video every single day for the rest of the month. Other than that, I will catch you in tomorrow's video. Bye.